Welcome back to Money Makes. My name is Callie, and today we are going to be making brown butter sugar cookies. So I recently shared just a regular sugar cookie recipe that's simple, it's delicious, it's to the point. I'll be sure to link that recipe video in the description box below, so go ahead and check that out. But I had the idea to kind of jazz up that recipe a little bit by adding in brown butter. So what the brown butter is going to add is nuttiness, just a depth of flavor that is so incredible, and I know you're going to love it. So let's get right into it. But before we begin, as always, please remember to subscribe, like, share, chat in the comment section, and follow me on social media for more recipes and additional content. So let's get right into it. These are the ingredients that we are going to be using. I have some brown sugar, granulated sugar, one egg yolk. I have a little bit of water, vanilla extract, flour, baking powder, baking soda, and of course I have some salt, and that's it. So this is really, really simple, and I just know you're gonna love this recipe. I tweaked a few other things to kind of make this sugar cookie recipe slightly different from the other, but they are both just as delicious. I just wanna make that very clear. So let's do this. The first thing that we need to do is brown the butter, and to do that is very, very simple. So I'm gonna turn my burner on to medium heat. And essentially all you're gonna do is just stir this butter until it melts, and then it starts to develop little brown specks at the bottom of the pan. That's all you're gonna do. You don't wanna leave anywhere. You wanna stand right here and you wanna stir the whole time. You don't want anything to burn, and brown butter goes from brown to burnt very, very quickly. So keep that in mind. Also, you want to be using a light colored pan, so don't use a cast iron or a black pan. You want something light because you need to be able to see the color change happening. Also, have a separate bowl ready to pour the brown butter into. Once it browns, you don't want to keep it in the pan because then it will burn. So again, just stir the butter over medium heat until it melts, and then you start to develop really small specks of brown specks at the bottom of the pan. Once you see those, dump it into a separate bowl. I have a separate YouTube video that I made that is a brown butter recipe tutorial where I really go in depth in how to brown butter, and I kind of walk through every stage of the browning process, and I will link that video in the description box below. So if you've never browned butter before, like I said, it's incredibly simple, and check out that video and I will have a really in-depth how-to process for it. But I'm just going to let this butter brown. Once it browns, we will continue. And I, of course, will show you what that looks like. Okay, so we're back. At this point, I can see a bunch of little tiny brown specks at the bottom of the pan, so that means I'm gonna cut the heat, and now I'm just gonna pour the brown butter into that separate bowl that I have right over there, and that's it. It's so simple, and you could, by the way, oh, that's hot, smell it. It's really aromatic and kind of nutty, and like I said, it's just a really great way to add a kind of depth of flavor into this recipe, and really lots of other recipes as well, savory and sweet. So I'm just gonna put this away really quick, and then we'll continue. Okay, sorry, I had to put that away. That burner gets like hotter than life. So, okay, next what we're gonna do is just get all of our dry ingredients and give them a mix to combine. So that's our flour, baking powder, baking soda, and now I'm gonna toss in some salt. Of course, I almost said sugar. That comes later. We're gonna pour in some salt, and I'm gonna give this a really quick stir to combine like so. Okie dokie. Now I'm gonna grab my wet ingredients, which does include both types of sugar. And to this, I'm gonna add in that egg and the egg yolk. And what that additional egg yolk is gonna add is it's just gonna add a really good texture to these cookies. It's gonna make them chewy and just delicious, so don't leave it out. And I'm gonna give this, of course, a stir to combine. Okay, this looks wonderful. So next I'm gonna throw in the vanilla along with a little bit of water. And the reason why we're adding water is because when you brown butter, some of the water that's in the butter evaporates. So we just wanna add it back in. So a tablespoon of water will do the trick. And now I'm just gonna stir this up really quick. Okay, perfect. So next I'm gonna throw in the brown butter, of course, and I'm gonna give this another mix. Okay, this looks incredible, and you can see the little brown specks kind of scattered throughout the batter. That is good stuff right there, I'm telling you. Okay, so next I'm gonna go in with my dry ingredients and give it a mix. Okay, this is looking absolutely wonderful. So next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean up, I'm gonna cover this with plastic wrap, and I'm gonna pop the cookie dough in the refrigerator for a minimum of 1 hour. Do not skip this step. If you bake these right now, they're gonna come out really flat. So cover this with plastic wrap, and I'll see you back in 1 hour. Okay, we're back. Like I said, my oven is preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I have a parchment lined baking sheet right here, and we are ready to go. So I'm gonna add some dollops of the cookie dough onto the baking sheet, and these are going to bake in the oven for about 9 or 10 minutes. And the key to really, really delicious cookie that's soft and chewy and slightly crisp around the exterior is to slightly underbake the cookies. So again, 9 or 10 minutes is all it's gonna take. Don't be tempted to overbake the cookies because as they sit at room temperature, they're gonna continue to firm up and set, and they're just gonna get, like I said, to the perfect texture. So trust me on that. And after these bake, I'm gonna give you a close-up of just how absolutely incredible these brown butter sugar cookies really are. As always, for the full written recipe and instructions, head to my blog, mooneymakesrecipes.com. I'll put the link for that in the description box below. Click on the link, the recipe will come right up, and make these brown butter sugar cookies. I promise you're gonna love them, and let me know what you think because I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.